I'm really sorry I don't speak German. All I can say is, ich bin eine Mutter, eine Frau, Europäische Frau. But I'm here today to thank you for inviting me and to bring some messages from from British sisters, particularly Professor Juliette Lodge, who in 1992 was the European Woman of the Year. And she sent this message to Berlin. We are making our inequality, but also our strength and power visible. Berliners can show the way. Berlin women know how to prevent permanent division, make renewal a reality. Europe's women are showing their English sisters what they must do to prevent and overcome a shameful Brexit. So this is a shameful Brexit. Shameful because the xenophobia and the racism that was whipped up by Mrs. Farage, etc., resulted in the death of a young woman MP, Jo Cox, mother of 2 small children, in a shameful murder. But we will not allow that to stop us. We will continue to speak. Jo's death resulted in an organization called Hope, Not Hate. And we are more united together. And we will continue to fight. It is not going to stop us. And Tanya talked about our friend, the American, not our friend. We're being told we can have all these good deals with someone who's prepared to tear up an international treaty and let all the people who believe in America's democracy down. It is impossible for us to even contemplate. We need to stay within Europe, within Europe's values of dignity and human rights. These are the things that are going to be lost to British women. Trump woke American women up with a big jolt, and Brexit is waking British women up with a very big jolt. We need to be out there. Irish peace will be threatened. The European Union underpinned, as did the United States, peace in Ireland. I'm old enough to remember what it was like waking up in the morning and seeing yet another bomb had exploded in Ireland. The Irish people suffered through the Troubles. Can we let them down? Women did a lot for peace in Ireland. They met Catholics and Protestants met together over a cup of tea. Hillary Clinton has said how important it was for women peacekeepers in Ireland. Can we let these people down? Can we let families down? Can we see that go back to the violence that it was? No. Brexit threatens women's rights. Were women informed of what they would lose? No, because a Loughborough University survey showed that 70% of airtime was given to men during the referendum and 80% of press coverage. The Brexit subcommittee has 10 women and 1 man. Do you think they're going to look at women's rights? Do you think there was a gender impact assessment on Brexit? You're dreaming if you think there was. Of course there wasn't. 80% of young women, 18 to 24, voted to remain in the European Union because they know that freedom of movement, the possibility of living, loving, working in 27 other countries is a fundamental human right. And that's why they voted to remain. And that's what will be torn from them. We already see the EU Youth Orchestra has moved from London to Italy. Well, it's fine. Italy can welcome them, no problem. But for young British musicians, this is the last year they can apply to be part of any cultural European. We already know that Britain can't apply to be a European city of culture. The Brexiteers are destroying our country, not only economically, but culturally. We will fight it to the end of time. Brexit is splitting families. My next door neighbour's husband voted leave. She is French. They have a European child. They're divorcing. Why wouldn't they? You don't understand how difficult it has been for us this year. Brexit was a toxic project envisaged by men who didn't really know what they were doing because they didn't think they would win, and they don't have a plan. And it's not over because we're organising. So for the last 18 months, Brighton has organised Brighton and Hove for Europe. We had a march, we've had rallies, we're campaigning. And Britain for Europe is the umbrella organisation. We're now coming together with Open Britain, European Movement, all the other pro-EU organisations. We're finally coming together. And we've launched a campaign with MPs like Caroline Lucas, Chuka Ramuna, to have a people's vote on the deal. We need you to support us to get that people's vote on the deal. We're told, as if Brexit was a football match, we won, you lost, get over it. No, it's not a football match. This will affect generations of men and women, and we cannot allow it to go ahead. We have to try and stop it. So we need you. We've got postcards that we send to our MPs. It's a Rosie Riveter postcard. It's got MPs in Westminster, but you can just send it to your MEP and ask for their help. On June the 23rd, we're having a huge march in London, so you're very welcome to come and support us there. And in July, I think Trump is making a visit to Britain, and I think we're going to be on the streets again then. Do you realise that 37% of people voted for Brexit? 37% think they can take away the rights of EU citizenship from the majority. They can't. So Women for Europe need to come together to resist populist, regressive regimes and parties across the globe that seek to curb freedom and women's rights. And we are European, and we will stay European forever. Dankeschön.